your mind is working against you. Welcome back to Still Standing, a Stoic Mindset. In the last episode, we talked about handling criticism without losing confidence. Today, we're addressing something many people struggle with quietly: overthinking. Overthinking looks like reflection, but often it's just repetition, replaying conversations, imagining outcomes, creating scenarios that may never happen. Stoicism teaches that a restless mind creates unnecessary suffering. Today we're talking about overthinking and how to quiet the mind using Stoic principles that bring clarity and calm. What overthinking really is. Overthinking isn't deep thinking. Deep thinking leads to understanding. Overthinking leads to exhaustion. Overthinking happens when the mind refuses to release a thought. You replay what someone said, what you should have said, what might happen next, what someone else might think. The mind keeps searching for certainty. But Stoicism teaches that certainty is rarely available. When you chase perfect clarity, your mind never rests. The Stoic view of thoughts. Stoics believe that thoughts are impressions, not commands. When a thought appears, you don't have to believe it immediately. You can examine it. For example, the thought appears, something is wrong. Instead of accepting it instantly, Stoicism asks you to pause and question it. Is this fact or is this fear? That small pause separates awareness from anxiety. Why the mind loops. The mind loops because it wants control. If it analyzes enough, it believes it can prevent mistakes or avoid pain. But Stoicism teaches that life cannot be controlled through mental rehearsal. The future is uncertain. The more you try to mentally control every possibility, the more restless the mind becomes. Peace comes not from predicting everything, but from trusting your ability to respond when things happen. How overthinking steals peace. Overthinking steals peace in subtle ways. You lose presence. Instead of experiencing the moment, you analyze it. Instead of resting, you calculate. Instead of moving forward, you replay the past. Stoicism teaches that peace lives in the present moment. The past is already complete. The future is not yet here. Overthinking drags your attention away from the only moment you can actually live. Quieting the mind with Stoic practice. Stoics practiced mental discipline to quiet unnecessary thoughts. One practice is naming the moment. When your mind begins looping, pause and ask, what is actually happening right now? Usually the answer is simple. You're sitting, breathing, thinking. Not everything your mind suggests is happening is real. Grounding yourself in the present moment reduces mental noise. A Stoic exercise for overthinking. Here's a Stoic exercise. When your mind begins replaying something, say to yourself, this thought has already been examined. Then gently redirect your focus, not aggressively, not forcefully, just calmly return to the present moment. The Stoics believed peace is not achieved by eliminating thoughts, but by choosing which ones deserve attention. The mind is powerful, but without discipline, it becomes restless. Stoicism teaches that clarity comes from observation, not endless analysis. You don't need to solve every possibility. You don't need to replay every conversation. You don't need to anticipate every outcome. You need presence. When the mind quiets, perspective returns. And when perspective returns, peace follows. That's how you remain calm. That's how you remain grounded. That's how you stay still standing. Before we close, remember this: not every thought deserves your attention. In the next episode, we'll talk about patience and trusting the process, and how Stoicism teaches us to move steadily without rushing life. If this episode resonated with you, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's next. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at @ourdosefay. Thank you for listening. Stay grounded, stay intentional, and remember, we're still standing.